Good morning, everybody. Gentle yoga. So we are using a bolster or pillows. We're using 2 blocks. We're using a strap. And then I'm asking if you have an eye pillow or a little hand towel or something like that to cover our eyes with. That's what we're going to be focusing on. I have a whole bunch of blocks, but depending upon what you have at home is what you should grab. So our first posture, you can take a pillow or a couple of pillows or however you want to do this angle. And we're going to come into Baddha Konasana. So you're going to sit on your bottom here. Allowing yourself to, I know the camera's fuzzy, it'll come in just a minute. And find yourself lying down in a position that feels very comfortable. So get that set up for yourself. Okay, so you've got the arms and the legs are very relaxed. If you need something underneath your head, you could always use a little pillow or a blanket underneath the neck. And we really want to take our time to get this posture just right. This is how we're going to welcome ourselves today. You could use your eye pillow. If you do any kind of essential oils, sometimes it's nice to sprinkle some lavender or whatever scent that you like. And we're just going to allow our feet to come together, our knees wide as we're relaxing down here on our bolster. So challenge yourself now to notice as you start to quiet the physical body. Start to notice your mind chatter. As I said, sometimes this posture is very challenging, this sequence of just quieting the physical body, moving ourselves into that stillness. It feels like a waste of time to some of us. It feels like we should be using our time in a more productive way. Just notice any little chatterings of the mind as you come to this relaxed posture. Your eyes are gently closed and you're looking inward and downward. Noticing the blocks under the knees. Do they feel too high? Does it feel too low? Making any adjustments that you need to so that you feel really, really connected to the physical body here. Feel connected to the floor. And just start to notice your breath. Where does it go? Where does it not go? Just watch the breath. Now, as you're watching the steadiness of the breath, as it's moving in and out, see if you can find out where the breath goes into the backside. Does it move there at all? So we're not making it do anything. We're just watching the way our bodies are breathing. Just really turning on that inner world here, that inner awareness. Where in the back does the breath go? Starting now to create a balanced breath in the left and the right side. See if you can breathe deeply into both the left and the right lung equally. Almost imagining that you're spreading the rib cages apart. You're moving the sides of the body away from one another. And ask yourself what brings you to your practice today, what brings you to the mat. We want to connect the body and the mind. We want to connect the inner and the outer world, and you can feel it just in the simple breath, right? You take in the outside and it becomes inside. And then that which is inside becomes outside. So as you start to settle in on what brings you to your mat today, what brings you to the yoga practice, to the tools of wellness here, what is it you most need? Maybe to open your neck and shoulders, maybe to energize any lethargy that's setting in. Maybe it's to quiet your anxiety. Whatever it is, start to settle in. We'll be quiet here for 1 minute as you start to ask yourself, what do I need from this session today? What do I need from my practice? 8 breaths. Start to boil it down into a 1 or 2 word phrase, something you can repeat to yourself if you find yourself getting challenged or distracted. Beautiful. Let's take our eye pillow off and just place it to the side. And just take your fingertips to the cheekbones and just sort of raindrop around the cheekbones with your fingertips. So we've been doing a lot of video conferences, a lot of Zooms with friends, a lot of screen time. And so I want to play a little bit with just letting these eye muscles have some spotlight attention here. It's very draining. It requires a different sort of listening when you're on camera, right? When you're watching the screen, you're engaging friends with screens. So we're going to just play with this a little bit. Go ahead and take your eyes and look. So you're on your back and you're looking straight towards the ceiling. Let's imagine that the face is a clock, okay? 12 is at the forehead, 6 is at the chin. I'm sorry, yeah, 6 is at the chin, 3 and 9 are at the cheekbones. 12 is at the forehead, 6 is at the chin, 3 and 9 are at the cheekbones. And you're looking straight to the ceiling. Start to bring your knees to close now, and we're going to walk our feet nice and wide as the mat, and lean the knees towards each other. If you're chilly at all, grab a blanket. And we're going to take our gaze towards the forehead, towards that 12. Feel any straining on the eye muscles and see if you could relax there as you're doing the work. And then back to the ceiling, and then now down towards the chin. Don't move the head at all. You're just moving the eyes, looking down towards the nose or towards the chin. Again, feeling any strain on the eyes. See if you could soften it a little bit. And then back to the ceiling, and then close your eyes. Let's do it again, looking at the ceiling. Look at the forehead, the 12 o'clock. If you'd like to use your fingertips to patter around the base of the eyes, just to encourage those muscles not to be straining, but to relax as you're doing the work, feel free to do that. Look at the ceiling. And then look down towards the nose, towards the chin. And back to the ceiling, and then gently close your eyes. Close your eyes and look at that breath body moving, breath body moving. Beautiful. Eyes open again. Now we're going to look towards the cheekbone, towards the temple, towards the right. Again, noticing any straining on those muscles. See if you can relax at the same time as you're doing the work. Beautiful. Back to the ceiling. Look opposite now, left temple. Breathing is calm, just such an inner awareness. A whole hour to just really notice the small details of this body. Good. Back to the ceiling. Close your eyes and rest. Again, maybe you're pushing on the pressure points around your sinuses if the allergies are stuck today, or you're raindropping, or nothing. Let's do it again. Eyes open, look towards the right temple. Relax as you're doing it. To ceiling, to left. Keep relaxing. And back to ceiling. Close your eyes and rest. Keep relaxing the jaw, the tongue. You could swallow, relax the throat. All right, here we go. Take your eyes to the ceiling again. We're going to go in clockwise now. Take your eyes to 12. And then imagine to the 11, 10. Keep relaxing those muscles towards the temple, 9, 8, down towards the cheekbone, 7, down to the chin, 6. Keep relaxing, 5, other cheekbone, 4. Deep breaths, left temple, 3, or whichever temple you're on. 2, up towards the eyebrow. 1, back to noon, 12, back to ceiling, close your eyes. Let the eyes roll down towards the nose with the eyes closed and let yourself relax. Again, you can massage if that feels nice on the face. And last one, eyes open, back to the ceiling, going the opposite way now. Look at the 12. 1. So we're coming back just the way we came. 2. Keep relaxing the muscles as you work. 3, towards the temple. Nose still pointing to the sky. 4, down towards the cheekbone. 5, down to the chin. 6, circling around. 7, and 8, 9, other temple, up to the eyebrow. 10, 11, and up to the forehead. 12, back to the ceiling, and close your eyes. Take 5 deep breaths and just watch the warm melting of the muscles of the face, around the eyes, the eye sockets, the actual eyeballs. Let them relax. Deep Ujjayi breaths. Beautiful. We're going to do Brahmari here on our back. So taking the heels of your hand, put them on the forehead right above your eyebrows. The heels of your hand on your forehead right above your eyebrows, and just tug gently the forehead skin down towards the chin. So you're just pulling gently. With your eyes gently closed and again looking in towards your heart, we're going to hum here. Exhale it out. Inhale, big inhale through the nose. And just hum your exhale. Mm. 7 more. Inhale through the nose. Mm. Try to lengthen the inhale and exhale to be equal. Mm. Keep tugging that forehead skin down. 5 more. Remembering who we are, reorganizing. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Relax. Take your arms to the sides without the hum sound, but remember where it was. We'll take 5 deep breaths here again in that Samavriti pattern. Equal inhale, equal exhale. If you want to continue to exhale on the hum, feel free. We're just reorganizing ourselves. Diving below the chatter back to the part of you that is aware of all of this. 3 deep breaths. Very nice. Slowly roll off. Take your time. Roll off and come to a seated position. Okay. We're going to take our legs out nice and wide. So Upavista Konasana. We're going to have our strap handy. And sometimes it's nice to even have a block. Okay. So you play with this for yourself. So sitting up nice and tall. If you feel like sitting up tall is the challenge for you, then you're going to pop it up on a little blanket. Okay. Or a bolster. Something like that. All right. If you feel like you need it. So here we are, we're going to sit up nice and tall. The rib cage is as balanced as we can make it. We're not extending on one side more than the other. And we're going to keep that breathing body. Inhale. You could hum the whole class if you want to do. If you wanted to keep doing that. Otherwise, just deep exhales. All right. Keeping both sits bones level to the ground, we're going to turn over towards our left leg, sitting up nice and tall. Big inhale and exhale. As you're anchoring that right sits bones down, start to turn the heart towards the knee. Inhale, long spine. Exhale. Where is this happening? The heaviness of the thigh bones, as heavy as you can, lifting the ribs up and out of that waist. If you wanted to bring your blocks to the outsides of those knees to play there, do so. So gentle. This breath is called the Brahmari breath. It's a bumblebee breath. It's a very nice way to check in on that inside, very soothing. I know when my twins were babies, I would do this when I was trying to get them to go to sleep, just feeling the whole body vibrate. Notice if there's a chatter telling you you need to move quicker, you need to be more productive, and just swim below all that and come back to the Brahmari breathing. One more deep breath. Sound is so healing. Come on up. So balancing what we listen to. What kind of music do you listen to? Is it balancing to you? Think about that. Okay, let's switch sides, please. We'll use our blocks here. If you need them on the second side, go ahead and move them over. Sitting up nice and tall, anchoring the left sits bone now, turning the heart towards the right leg. Big inhale. We'll do 8 breaths here. Imagine you're cleaning out, you're dusting off. You are realigning that body and mind. We're not just heads. You're connecting to that deeper awareness. If you think about the rings of a tree, you know, the body are these rings that your life has built, your day, by month, by year, by choice, by choice. But that center channel, that root, is what we want to keep our connection to. We are more than these bodies. We are more than these minds. 2 more deep breaths. Just feeling that deep Sushumna, that inner channel. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep yourself up, and we'll keep our strap and our blocks close by, but we're going to come into bringing Sukhasana. So whichever leg you typically bring in front, bring the other leg in front. Sukhasana. You could say that with me. Sukhasana, easy pose. My stepdad always says, easy for who? You know, so if it's not easy for you, you're sitting on something, or maybe you could put some blocks under your legs. You're wanting to be comfortable here, and then leaning back so you're sitting up nice and tall. Head is sitting right on top, equal space between each ear and your shoulder. And we're just going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder here for a minute. And we're just going to let this elbow hang. Just let it hang. You could even maybe push it down a little bit. 2 more deep breaths. You could keep that humming going again. It's just about organizing yourself, bringing yourself back to that organization, chaos, crazy energy, organized, nice and tidy. 1 more breath. Good. And we're going to bring our head up. Now take your eye pillow or your hand towel, and I want you to clamp the elbow down. So you're holding the hand towel. We're still on the right elbow. You're holding the hand towel or eye pillow against your hip, against the ribs, so that your elbow is squeezing in. Okay? That way we know that our elbow is squeezing in. If we don't have it here, the elbow could be floppy. So this is just a way to remind ourselves to squeeze that elbow in. And we're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder again. So our right arms are in a 90-degree angle, as if we were to shake hands. Remember when we used to shake hands? Remember that? Okay. So we're going to pretend we still shake hands. And keeping this clamping down of the eye pillow or the hand towel, we're just going to open the bottom arm away from our belly and then towards our belly. So like a little gate, and just feel that action. So our torso is still in mountain body, but our left ear is on the shoulder, and we're just hinging open that shoulder. That forearm opens like a gate, still holding that eye pillow. You could put your hand on your pectoral muscles and just feel that action. About 7 more. We're just opening and closing and opening and closing. Some of you have heard of chakras, energy wheels. So by making this sound, we're opening up our throat chakra. A lot of tension gets in our neck and shoulders. Nice and open. Beautiful. Relax the arms, relax that hand towel, and stack your head up. Before we go to the other side, let's just rinse it away by just rolling our head side to side. Remembering that exercise is about the way you move. Yoga is about the way you feel when you move. So just noticing out every little detail. All right, second side, the first round, we're just going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder, letting our arms be just relaxed here. We're going to take 5 breaths, just noticing how we feel. And then using a very strong imagination, imagine that humming sound is going into the shoulders. You could even touch your body and feel it vibrate. It's almost like a, I'm okay, it's all okay. Whenever that mind chatter starts to go, just I'm okay. 2. It's so fun to hum with you. To be my dorky self with you. Dorks too, right? Come on back up. Very nice. Let's clamp our left elbow in. So we've got that hand towel down there, shaking our hand now with the left arm, that 90-degree angle, very heavy in the forearm, dropping that right ear again. And we're just going to hinge this about 20 times, open and close. You could use your other hand to just feel that action. Got to pinch that elbow in, hold that hand towel or that eye pillow as you're just opening and closing. Maybe you're humming. The Brahmari breath is known to calm what they say the violent thoughts or the anxious thoughts or the aggressive thoughts, and it helps you remember who you are. So when I'm doing the Brahmari breath, this bumblebee breath, it's like, where is this sound coming from? Where is this noise happening from? Where does the breath begin? And it really helps you stay inward. So that's why we're doing it today. For those of you who really get antsy, just keep that. I also like to think of it as a little vacuum cleaner. We're cleaning out any dust, anything that's layering up. 2 more deep breaths. Beautiful. And put the head back on top, and we'll take away that eye pillow. Okay. And back to our windshield wipe. Back to our head turn. Beautiful. Extending both arms up. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms up and reach. Oh my goodness. Reach, 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 reach. Really expressing those right ribs. Keep anchoring both sits bones down. Dropping the left arm now. Lean over. Some of you can spider crawl that left arm out. Elbow maybe even coming down. And then whatever you want on this upper arm, you could fold it behind you. You could look to the floor, you could look to the center, just feeling that big body. Now, as we're here, how do we lift the left rib cage too? How do we seek a balanced spine here? Think about dropping the right rib cage towards the hip and lifting the left rib cage towards the armpit. Deep breaths, moving the ribs away from each other. Remember, wherever there are ribs, there are lungs. So we want to breathe and expand those lungs. Front ribs, back ribs, side ribs. Beautiful. Taking your right arm, grab that handle in the sky, lift it up, clap, clap, and bring your hands back into prayer. So nice. Switching sides, please. Reach it up. Really reach. Get it up. Get it up. Get it up. Get it up. Interlace those fingers. Turn the palms up and extend. Moving those left rib cage, moving those muscles and breathing deeply. Keep dropping that left sits bone, dropping that left thigh. When you're ready, take your right hand down, spider crawl that arm. Some of you can bring the elbow down if that's not accessible. You can always bring that block underneath your arm. And then whatever you want to do with this upper arm, you could turn it behind you. You could look to the floor. If your mind is getting chattery, again, that Brahmari breath, help you stay focused. The path of yoga, all these yoga poses, is to know yourself. That's what we're here to do. We're here to get to know ourselves. Balancing ourselves so we can keep that light on. Start to expand that right rib cage, lifting it up to the armpit, dropping that left rib cage down towards the hip, finding the most balanced spine you can. 2 more deep breaths. This is the same work we do when we're in triangle pose. So we're building what we are aware of. Slowly, 1 more deep breath. Beautiful. And gently grab that handle in the sky, pull yourself up and release. Let's close our knees. Please take ourselves over to hands and knees. And start to articulate your spine, moving it any way that you want to. Noticing any muscles around the eyes that are getting tense, let them calm down. Equal space between each and every finger, including the thumb. Curl your toes under. Up we go, downward facing dog. We're going to spend 8 breaths here. You can go back to that Brahmari breath where you're breathing in through the nose and humming on the exhale. If that seems to work for you nicely, do that. Everyone else, you could activate that Ujjayi breath. Moving the back body every time you breathe. All that fresh blood coming into the head. Swiveling your biceps towards the knees. See if you can get more release in the neck. One more deep breath, and when you're ready, exhale, bringing your knees down, knees down. We're going to come to rabbit pose. Take the very tip top of the head to the floor and just sort of squish it down. You can keep your hands up close to the ears if that feels nice for you. Some of you can interlace your fingers up and over your head and just feel that long neck. Crown of head to floor, knuckles to sky, or towards the ears on the floor, whatever feels safest for you. You could take the tip of your tongue and push it to the roof of your mouth. Calm the nerves. 2 more deep breaths. And beautiful. Come back down to hands and knees, lifting that head up. We're going to take our hips to the left and our ear to the left. So we're moving our spine in like a C curve now. Back and forth, wiggling the tail side to side as you're gazing over that shoulder to look back at the tail. Just noticing. About 4 more. Just noticing the way your body moves and how does it feel when you do these poses? We have to manage the chatter of the mind. So we just keep coming back to how does it feel? How am I breathing? One more. And curl those toes under. Second round here, downward facing dog. Those of you feeling more energized, maybe you'll do leg lifts. You'll do one leg at a time. You can stay up for 5 breaths or 8. Stirring up, moving those knees and ankles, just pedaling out that dog. One more deep breath. And now challenging yourself to come down to your knees. We're going to take a blanket or your hand towel, and we're going to roll it up nice and tightly here. Okay. We're going to take our knees wide. So we're going to take classic balasana, classic child's pose. We're going to snuggle the blanket into our gut. Okay. Our big toes are together without overlapping. Our knees are as wide as we want to make them. And we're going to bring our forehead to the floor. We're going to fold. If you need the block, you have a block to do that with instead. If the blanket feels too miserable for you, you can always skip that. But we're going to take classic child's pose. Your forehead is on the floor. Your hands are folded down by your ankles. And you're deeply breathing in the backside. We're going to be here for 10 more breaths. So challenging yourself to find the stillness and to let this natural curve of your back feel very calming. If the knees are unhappy, you could tuck a blanket behind the knees. If your ankles are unhappy, you could put a blanket under there. Just find a way for you to stay quieting comfortably. This is to really encourage our back ribs and our back breath. Double check that your hands are folded down by your ankles instead of out forward. Mm. Mm. Fill your body with breath. Imagine you're almost like a leather glove and you have to breathe so deeply into the skin layer to stretch yourself out. Notice if it's chattering in the mind. Manage the thoughts and come back to here and now. About 5 more breaths. The next time you exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly come up. Child's pose. All your troubles just melt off your back. Come on back to sitting up. I hope that was nourishing and nurturing for you. I love doing that. Okay, back to Upavista Konasana, back to our open angle pose. We're sitting up nice and tall again. Our breathing is still very active. We're still breathing into our backside. We can have our blocks here if we need them. We're going to take the strap around our right ankle. Right foot, not our right ankle. We're going to take our left arm, left hand inside the strap. Straps around the left foot, left hand. And if we can't get all the way over, we have a block on the inner knee. Take a big inhale, balance out the ribs. Exhale. As we're pressing that right sits bone down, we're going to lean towards this left foot, and we're holding that strap. Some of you don't need the strap. You can grab the big toe side of the foot, and we're doing the same thing. We're going to try to drop the left rib cage, right rib cage, and extend the left rib cage. So we're not trying to find a big rainbow. We're trying to find a nice balanced spine. Some of you can play around with taking the strap around the back and holding the tail to get more expansive around the chest. Some of you can grab that foot and work the ribs. I'm not there yet today. I've got to stay in a more neutral level. So every day is different. And breathe into the back. Hello, beautiful body and breath. Again, we're reorganizing. We're bringing ourselves back to balanced and aligned self. Remembering who we are. Remembering. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Slowly come on up. Take your strap with you. Notice the difference. Feels so good. Switching sides, anchoring your right sits bone down, your left sits bone down, reaching over to the right leg, taking the strap around that foot. See how this feels to you. Again, some of you don't need the strap. Some of you might need even a block. Whatever feels the best. Some of you working deeper can take their hand behind you. And we'll spend about 8 breaths here, just trying to track the ribs even on both sides. Really anchoring that left sits bone down. Talk to your cells, talk to your tissues, talk to your organs and your bones and your muscles. Really, truly inner gaze. Trying to drop the left rib cage to the hip, the right rib cage to the armpit. Beautiful. The next time you exhale, slowly come back up. Come back up. Close your legs. Come back to your Sukhasana pose. Then we'll just sit up nice and tall, 5 breaths. Again, if you need to sit on something to be more comfortable, do so. Beautiful. Okay. Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. We're going to take our right hand. We're going to use the ring and the thumb on the right hand. So taking your ring finger, cross over and close your left nostril. There's a little divot in there. That's where we want to be pushing, that little divot in the left nostril. So breathe in through the right. Close both nostrils. Exhale left. Inhale. Close both. Exhale right. Some people like to put their peace fingers on the third eye. Inhale. Close. Exhale left. Keep going. Inhale. Close. Exhale right. Breathe in through the nose you exhaled through. Imagine you're sweeping the breath all the way up to the brain, cleaning it away. And as your eyes are closed, continue to relax all the muscles around the eyes. The next time you breathe out of your right nostril, bring your hands to your lap and just pause. Very nice. And come on back to center. All right, last thing before we lie down, take your gaze over to the left. Take your right hand and push it on the cheek. So your right hand is on your right cheek. Try to not turn your head, but your hand is pushing against. So feel that dynamic resistance. You're looking to the left. Your right hand is on the right cheek. You're pushing your head to turn, but you're also trying to not turn. Keep dropping your shoulders down. Keep relaxing those melting shoulders. Keep breathing into the ribs. Beautiful. Relaxing that arm. Come back to center. Let's switcheroo. Look to the other side. Look to the right. Left hand, left cheek. Try to unturn. Keep relaxing the shoulders. Breathe. Two more deep breaths. And gently come back to center. We're going to do what we did at the beginning. Heels of your hands. Pull the skin of your forehead down towards the cheeks. And we'll take 5 deep breaths. All the movement of the breath. Getting to know yourself, getting to know how to calm yourself, getting to know how to refocus yourself. It's a practice, and you're practicing it really well today. Very nice. All right, let's make our way to being on our backs, yogi choice. If you feel like you want to have a big chest opener, then I'm going to suggest you take fish pose. okay, where you lay on the back and the head goes on the pillow. If you're feeling like you want more of a hip opener, I'm going to suggest you do Baddha Konasana where the knees are open. Maybe you'd like to take a bridge here where you're sliding a block underneath your sacrum and you're practicing a little bit of an inversion here. So take your time to set up for your final relaxation pose. Whatever you're doing, do it in a way where you can feel that you are being held by the floor. One of the things that I like to do is to build a little Stonehenge here. You can do that. You could have a little tight neck roll underneath your head. Have your eye pillow nearby. Finding whatever's comfortable for you. Start to move towards your stillness now. Create a V-Samavriti now, an unequal breathing pattern where the exhale is slightly longer than the inhale. Counting how long your inhale is, create a little bit longer of an exhale. Beautiful yoga studio floor, beautiful, maybe the ocean, nurturing environment. You know, you could lie down right in the middle of the room. Beautiful, clean, nice space. Toes, support underneath you. You work there and attend there. You in the space, heading out in this nurturing space. Add a butter and a hot skillet. Just really clean sky, but love here in this Keep melting into the floor. Keep allowing yourself to fall away. So held here. Heavy under the head, heavy under the shoulders, the arms, the hips, the legs. Just watching the breath body move as you realign anything that's out of alignment, as you bring whatever's in chaos back to organized, as you remember yourself. We're going to stay here today. We're going to end class here today. Relax the tongue, relax the throat, relaxing those muscles around the eyes. Repeating the mantra that you started with, or the mantra of being in this room. I'm okay. I am held. Lean in here. And I'll close up class. You stay where you are. Take as long as you need there, watching yourself melt in this beautiful environment inside you that you can access anytime you need it. It's yours. So in the spirit of gratitude, may we be grateful for the things that go our way, and may we be grateful for the things that don't. It all shows us who we are. And who are you right now? Letting go. Let yourself go. Letting go. And enjoy. Namaste, you guys.